All right, everybody, welcome back to Recliner Sports Talk. My name is Nick.
I'm Brandon. Sorry.
I'm Zach. Chris Collinsworth slide in there for Brandon.
Episode 5. Got some recaps, some quarter of the way through, even though it's not exact number with those 17 games. Talking about some games we're excited about this week. We're going to play one of our favorite games, the name game. Oh, you know what else we got to talk about at the end too? Some playoff baseball, a little recap. We'll let Brandon take the stage for his Yankees for that as well. But first, NFL obviously going on quarter of the way through with the asterisks there because of 17 games. Okay. Just any reactions we got through the first 4 games here in NFL football. Brandon, I'm going to let you go first because I know a team you're very high on, at least from your fantasy standpoints, is not doing as well as usual. What do you got on that?
I mean, the Chiefs, don't worry about them. They'll be there at the end of the season. Look, they played their losses. I mean, Chargers are a good team. Come on. They're a really good team. Sometimes the Chiefs just don't get up and play. You know, defensively, they're struggling a lot this year. I just don't like Sorensen as your starting linebacker. I think every time I see him, he's screwing up somehow. Their defense has to get better. But come on, Andy Reid, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and their offensive tackle, Orlando Brown, is 6'9", 350 pounds. Come on, we're good. That's blocking Patrick Mahomes' blind side. 6'9", 350. Relax. The Chiefs are going to be there at the end of the year.
Weird.
Oh, no, I'm saying no. I didn't mean it like that. Like, they're good.
Are you a Giants fan or are you a Chiefs fan? Right?
I'm a Giants fan. I meant it. Jesus, you know what I mean.
Warriors guy.
But they're on my fantasy team. I just want to say,
Yankees.
Stop. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce are on my fantasy team. So, of course, like, I want them to do good, okay? But, no, I'm a Giants fan, and the Giants are going to beat the Cowboys this week. And you both should want the Giants to beat the Cowboys because Cowboys are 3-1. So, if the Giants beat them, everyone's back in it again. No 2-game lead for the Cowboys. So
Washington is back in it. They're 1 game out.
I know. And you'll be 2-3 after this week, and the Giants will be 2-3, and the Eagles will be 1-4. But Dallas will be 3-2. So there's that.
All right. Well, I'll do a quick reaction here. I think the Bills are catching stride here. I think the Rams, one of those things that I wish I would have gone back and bet against them so much because every time they're a good team, right? They're not the all-world team, though. So I still think the Rams get to that Super Bowl from the NFC. I think there's a good chance for that, okay? Especially with that defense and what we're seeing with the Buccaneers with their defense in that secondary struggle bus city right there. But always a big letdown game. That was such an emotional game. And they faced the first quarter MVP in Kyler Murray. Yeah. So my reactions there, I don't know if the Cardinals can withstand what they're doing right now. I understand they're 4-0, and I'm not saying they're not a team that can make the playoffs, but I'm saying 4-0, undefeated, last undefeated team, and they've beaten some good teams. I'm just saying I don't know if that withstands. Can they keep Kyler healthy? Now, the cool thing about the Cardinals, which I love about it, if they can stay healthy, keep Kyler healthy, they are hard to cover. AJ Green out there. Kirk as your 4th option in the NFL is not bad. Was it Rondale Moore, DeAndre Hopkins.
Chase Edmonds, man.
Chase Edmonds. So they have options. Kyler Murray, they can have average running backs there because Kyler Murray adds that different effect to them that gets it. So I don't know if they can withstand it. I'm going to say no, but that would be interesting to watch in the rest of this season here. I think the NFC East, again, I'm saying they're going to be at that 9-8 at the best. The best team in the NFC East might get to 9-8. The Chiefs, again, I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times. The code is cracked and the armor has shown its weakness a little bit. Okay. I think it's not that they're not good. I think it's a lot of teams are going in with more confidence against them. The rest of the NFL, I think it's too soon to tell. Obviously, the Packers playing a little better. The Steelers stink. The 49ers playing some teams close, but now they've lost some games. So it's all interesting. I want to see, can the Rams withstand being a really good team? And we'll see tonight, filming this on Thursday. But two, can the Cardinals stay there? I'm saying no. It'll be cool to see. Zach?
The one thing I'm not going to say too much about the Cardinals because you guys touched on them. I do think they're a good team, and I think the reason why is because early on in the game they were passing a lot, and they were, you could tell they were trying to get Kyler going. In the second half, they let Chase Edmonds run wild.
Yeah.
So they kind of came out with like two different styles of offense to beat the Rams, and I think that was a good look for them. That's something that Cliff Kingsbury really didn't do last year, especially in the red zone. He struggled calling. This year, they haven't had any issues there. For me, I think the Panthers and the Broncos, who are both 3-0, they were kind of a product of their schedule. They didn't really play great teams to start. There was a little bit of hype with the Panthers. I thought it was too much hype, but they kind of got exposed against Dallas. I thought Sam Darnold was doing well early on, but late in the game, he got knocked out of the game for I think a series or two, and then came back in. But I don't think the Panthers are really that great. I think they're a product of their early on schedule. I actually think they lose to Philly this week. I think Philly comes out and beats them. Big Ben is terrible. Big Ben is holding the Steelers back. That offense is not that bad. It's because Big Ben. Big Ben cannot move. And that offensive line isn't good enough for a quarterback that's just going to sit there and not move. I mean, he's not even taking steps in the gun. He's just sitting in the pocket, sitting right there, getting crushed.
But Chiefs, they beat Buffalo.
Yeah, but they beat Buffalo on a blocked punt.
Early on the Jaguars beat the Colts last year, game one.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear you guys. My fault.
I just said the Colts lost to the Jaguars last year, game one, and you saw how that correlated to nothing. It's game one. No one knows what they are game one.
Yeah, and honestly, special teams blunders happen. I know that's kind of early on. It was a missed assignment, missed a block. Look at who did the Browns play? The Chiefs. The Chiefs won off a blocked punt week 1 too. So, you just have those special teams blunders early on, especially guys. You look at it now, those guys might not even be on the roster anymore for those teams. Things change so much on that side of the ball. One of the biggest takeaways, I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, I watched the Chiefs-Eagles game. The Chiefs aren't going to make the Super Bowl with that defense. I mean, flat out. The Eagles got 3 touchdowns wiped off the board and still scored 30 points. Like that is not a championship team right now. That offense is just good enough to answer anything that they get hit with. They got the ball more because Philly was scoring. They're going down in the red zone and kicking field goals. You can't beat the Chiefs kicking field goals, but they also had 3 touchdowns wiped off because of penalties. Embarrassing. There was something else. Oh, the Saints. I think the Saints are one of the most inconsistent teams so far that I've seen. Thank God for Taysom Hill. That brought them into overtime. But
hey, Carson.
Jameis Winston hasn't. Come here. You just want to say hi.
Getting a first appearance.
Right.
There he is.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, you're famous now. All right. I love you. Jameis Winston really hasn't been consistent. But their defense is pretty good. What a take here. Their defense has been pretty good, but their offense just so inconsistent, the Saints, and that's kind of shocking to me because I thought with Jameis Winston, they would be able to push the ball down the field more. Marcus Callaway, fantasy guy, I thought was going to be huge for me. I got him late in the draft. Preseason hero. He's been terrible. He had a touchdown this week or last week. I can't remember on my bench, but just so inconsistent out of the Saints, which is very shocking out of Sean Payton's team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see how inconsistent they are, right? They look great one week and then they stink the next week. Look great one week and then they stink the next week. So it'll be interesting to see. And again, we're 4 games in. A lot of teams change 4 games in. So that's always the case. Now,
I would say the only team that, unless they change that quarterback, the Steelers are the only team that you can say right now, if they stay the same, they're going to I think everyone else kind of wide open, still trying to figure themselves out. I think the Steelers are completely figured out right now.
Yeah.
Decent defense, really bad offense.
Really bad offense. All right, looking into this week here. Obviously, we got Rams, Seahawks. That's going to be a big game for that division there. Great division. But the early games on Sunday aren't going to be great. Maybe that Jets-Falcons game at 9:30, but Patriots-Texans, Lions-Vikings might be all right. Eagles-Panthers might be all right. Again, might be. These are all might be's. I think those later games, even the Packers-Bengals, Broncos-Steelers, I know they're at 1. They could be pretty interesting. But I think the Bears-Raiders going to be good. Justin Fields just got the clear to go full start. Obviously, the Raiders coming off that tough loss there. So they got that loss. They're 3-1. The Browns-Chargers, I think, is going to be awesome because I love the Browns defense. I love the Chargers offense. So it'll be interesting to see those two go off. I agree with Brandon. I'm not saying the Giants are going to win, but no doubt in my mind that's going to be a great game. Those NFC East games are always great. The 49ers-Cardinals is going to be a great game, a really good defense, again, versus electric offense. Bills-Chiefs, don't even have to talk about it. Everybody's pumped for that. And then Colts-Ravens, I believe, will still be a good matchup. Even though the Colts have kind of been stinkers, I think this is kind of their game that they know that if they win can change their whole season around.
Are they 0-4?
1-3.
Colts?
They did win last week.
Yeah, they're 1-3.
Their defense has been.
Yeah,
so is Tennessee. That division stinks. God.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked about. I think Tennessee is going to be okay. They got to figure it out defensively, though. Like
we're losing to the Jets, man.
I know, and they just get so stagnant, and I don't understand it. If they can't run the ball, their offense just falls apart completely. Like Tannehill relies so much on that play action pass, and once they're not running the ball, and the play action pass goes away.
Julio and AJ Brown were out.
Yes,
come on.
That was a big.
Henry ran for what, 120 yards still, 130 yards, something crazy.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what was it? Week one when he had 9 yards, or whatever it was.
And he still has at halftime. He had 9 yards. He still got like 60 yards that game.
Yeah, but I'm saying early on in that game, it was they were hard to watch, and they just can't stop.
Well, okay, first half, week 1. Come on.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
All right, what do you guys think? Any projections for this weekend?
I think go ahead.
I think the Eagles beat the Panthers. I think that's an upset. I think the Giants beat the Cowboys, and I think the biggest thing that they did this week, they got Barkley going, and then they got Kadarius Toney involved.
Dude, he's
have
good.
to use guys like that.
Barkley's lining up a lot at slot and receiver. How about that?
You got to get your best players the ball. How do you not play Kadarius Toney? And we talked about it on the show. He goes in jet motion. Guess what? He's getting the ball on a jet sweep. Like they didn't hide anything, disguise anything. Kadarius Toney needs to be involved in that offense. He's a fast guy who I don't think his hands are great, but when he gets the ball in space, he's hard to bring down because he's so fast and electric. That's the big thing about them. I think the Patriots get upset by the Texans. I think the Patriots, they looked good against the Bucs, but because of all that rain, I think that was the equalizer because I thought the Bucs were going to roll that game. But once I saw that the weather report, it kind of slowed it down for me. But it equalized the two teams. Leonard Fournette has looked great for the Bucs so far, which is I thought there'd be more of a mix with Ronald Jones, especially this year, because I thought he'd take another step. No, he's gone backwards. Fournette's taken over. I think Washington beats the Saints. I think the Saints lose again. That's my NFC East predictions there.
Wow.
But I think tonight, I think the Rams beat the Seahawks. I think they get back on track. And you guys will see our picks. Obviously, I'll put them out, but I want to make that known so we're not just picking a Thursday winner. But I think the Rams get back on track tonight, and especially on the road, which I think that's a big thing for McVay teams. Like they struggle on the road, and I think they win tonight in Seattle.
Brandon?
Yeah, I think the Rams win. I think they win by 17. But
Damn.
I think the Rams are gonna win by a lot. I'm gonna go like 34-17. We'll go with that. But I think the Saints do win. I think they bounce back. They're a weird team, but I don't trust Washington. I don't. I do think the Giants are going to get on a roll. They very easily could be 3-1. And Tony,
easy there.
They could. They really could. That Washington game, come on now. I mean,
yes, I agree. They should have won that.
And Atlanta, they should have beaten Atlanta. They should have won that. So
it's almost like Atlanta didn't fire Dan Quinn. They're the same team. They can't win. They just can't figure it out.
I think the Jets beat Atlanta. I really do. That's my take. But no, Tony, dude, he looked good. He looked really good. Now, Galladay looked good. Galladay looked like his old self again. Daniel Jones, listen, he's played well. He has a top 10 QBR this year. Like, he's played very well. His only interception this year was last game at the end of half. He threw up a 50-yard Hail Mary. Dude, other than that, he hasn't turned the ball over. Yeah. Like, Daniel Jones threw for 402 yards. He was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. If you get him going, and he has the best deep ball in the league, statistics speaking, he really does. He does, Zach. He complete.
All I'm saying is that's scary.
Look it up. He has a very good deep ball. I think the Giants can go on a roll. I really do. If they get Barkley back, he looked like he was his old self last week. If he can get back to where he was prior to the injuries, their O-line didn't allow a sack versus the Saints. In pass protection, dude, they looked very good. Like, Andrew Thomas looked like a top 5 draft pick last week versus Cam Jordan, who's also one of the best pass rushers. Like, you go back and look, dude, their O-line dominated, and that's why they're not a good run blocking O-line. They're still bottom 5 probably in run blocking, but pass blocking, they look really good, and that's good moving forward, which is, it's so weird. Usually offensive lines aren't like really good at something and terrible at something else. They are terrible at run blocking. Terrible.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's our NFL talk. Now let's transfer over just a little bit to some MLB baseball. Obviously, last night, some great baseball with the Cardinals Dodgers. How about Adam Wainwright? He was part of the 2006 World Series team, and they trot him out, and he did a lot better than a $300 million man that pitched 2 nights ago. I love seeing that. That's awesome. You know, a guy, it was like one of those movies, right, for love of the game. Obviously, I think he's coming back for another year, but the old guy coming back for one last hurrah there for that game was really cool. Obviously, now the matchups are White Sox, Astros, Braves, Brewers, Rays, Red Sox, and then Dodgers, Giants. I think that's going to be a great series. Not too many times in the first round, the actual first round of the playoffs. You're getting 2 100-win teams.
That'd be the NLCS.
Playing against each other. So that's very interesting there. But I'll let you go first. Brandon, since you have the disappointment, then Zach, I'll let you finish up there since your team, the Atlanta Braves, is still in the playoffs. Brandon, go ahead.
I'm just disappointed in the Yankees. Since 2017, we're like, oh, next year's our year. It's never going to be the year. I don't think this team can ever win. Garrett Cole, you know, did he fraud his way into a $325 million contract? I think that's the biggest question, because since they cracked down on that Pine Tar man, he didn't have a good second half. He was just an average guy. So I didn't say it, but is Garrett Cole without Pine Tar elite? I don't know. Is Bob Brown right? Maybe. But I will say, Tampa Bay beats Boston. Houston will beat the White Sox. The Dodgers will beat the Giants. And the Brewers will beat the Braves. And then I have the Dodgers beating the Brewers. Yes. The Braves, who have like 86 wins, are going to lose to a 94-win Brewers team. Yes, I said it. But the Dodgers will beat the Brewers. And then the Rays will beat the Astros. And I think the Rays win the World Series over the Dodgers.
I would not mind seeing that.
I would love to see that, to be honest with you.
All right, Zach, you tell us how your Atlanta Braves fare. Do you say same as Brandon here?
No, I don't think they're gonna go to the NLCS, but I do think they beat the Brewers. I think they beat the Brewers. I think they
Dude, if they do win, they are in the NLCS.
Sorry, you're right. I'm thinking 3 rounds. I think they will lose to the Giants or the Dodgers. I think that's going to be an amazing series. I think the rivalry there is going to be back, which is awesome. But that would be the NLCS if they honestly, I feel like they should reseed it with the way the wins go. Even if the Dodgers are a wild card team, they shouldn't be playing another 100-win team in the playoffs. But that's going to be an electric series. The ratings on that are going to be awesome for the MLB, so that'll be great. But I think it'll be the Dodgers and Braves in the NLCS. I think the Dodgers take it for the NL. Rays Boston, I think, is going to be a better series than we think here. I think the Boston team is they're just some grinders. And after last season, like no one expected this season out of them. They have been overachievers all year. The only thing that hurts them, I think, is going to be their starting pitching. I think Chris Sale, Evaldi will have another good outing, but the Rays overall, just as a team, like they're hungry and they want this. Like that World Series, they've been so close and they've fallen short a couple times. But look at what they've done with getting rid of like their star player Blake Snell, who
making it work. Blake Snell's sitting at home.
They make it work every single time with like no payroll, but they do a great job with homegrown guys. And that was one thing Bryce Harper said with the Phillies. And I agree. And the Braves do it too. Like you got to have homegrown guys. You got to get guys that come through that system, that want to be there, that want to be with the organization, not bring in just big name free agents all the time. Look at what the Giants did. The Giants have done it too. And look what they've done. No one expected that. They were picked to finish with what? I think it was like 70 wins or 30.
Yeah, which Gabe Kapler would have done that with the Phillies.
Yeah.
Do you know how many teams have won 107 games in like the live ball era? Like 3.
Crazy. They had an amazing year with a roster that I would never have expected.
They had like a top 10 year. Yeah. Like what?
And then go get Chris Bryant at the trade deadline. Like they just had a great year overall, organization wise. But I do think the Dodgers do beat them. The Dodgers are just ridiculous. What a roster built for the postseason. I think it'll be Rays Dodgers, and I hope the Rays pull it out. I hope the Rays will pull it out.
Buffalo Bills of baseball right there.
Yeah. But I think the Braves did a great job at the deadline too. I didn't expect for them to do well after Acuna got hurt, but Charlie Morton down the stretch was amazing. Max Fried pitched like himself. I think he had the best ERA in baseball the second half of the year. So I think that those two will help us through, but pitching scares me. The bullpen scares me for the Braves. But we'll see. I do think they'll beat the Brewers though. I think they will beat the Brewers round 1.
Rays are winning 2-0 in the top of the second right now.
Wow.
Over the Red Sox.
And it's the Rays are home, correct?
Yeah, they won 100 games and they won the AL East.
I was just asking a question, man.
You should know better.
All right. Last thing we're going to finish up with today. Game that we like to play a lot as friends here. It's been a big game for us, especially on road trips. The video that when we went to Pittsburgh. If you want to see that, go down and see that. But this is the name game. Okay, so the name game. You're basically matching a player of whatever sport you pick. We usually do baseball, way more players we know. Match it up with whatever name said before his last name. So if I go Albert Pujols, Brandon would then say
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder. You see how the P's match up. Then Zach would get an F. Okay. So we'll play the game. Once you mess up, we can put a clock on it too, maybe 15 seconds for the clock here.
Okay. Do 10.
10 seconds. We'll keep it moving. I'll definitely be out first here. These two are masterminds and names. Okay. So we'll go through. Now, one catch. If you say a name like Sammy Sosa, double S's, the order reverses. Okay. Obviously with 3, it's a little bit easier. When you get a bunch of people, it really messes up. Okay. So we'll make the order. I'll start, then go Brandon, Zach, and we'll go around like that. That sound good? All right, well, I'll stay with it, Brandon. I'll go via Albert Pujols.
Prince Fielder.
Frank Thomas.
Tim Anderson.
Alex Rodriguez.
Randy Johnson.
Johnny Damon. That was a close one.
Derek Jeter.
Josh Tomlin.
Tom Seaver.
Sammy Sosa.
Oh, crap. Sam Victorino.
Victor Martinez.
Manny Machado.
Ooh, Mark McGuire. Right back at you.
Oh.
Mickey Mantle.
Mike Mussina.
Oh my
that's a
God.
good one. Max Fried.
Oh, you're coming back.
Freddie Galvis.
Garrett Anderson.
Anthony Rizzo. I had to dig deep for that.
Rich Hill.
Hank Aaron.
You're an ass. Aaron Sanchez.
Oh yeah, he's old.
Toronto.
Toronto. He had one good year. You're right. Sorry. S. Satchel Paige.
Oh my God.
Preston Wilson.
You said W.
Yeah.
Wilson Ramos.
Oh, nice. Ricky Weeks.
Wilson Contreras.
Nice.
Carlos Correa.
Oh. 5 seconds.
Chris Carpenter.
Me.
Yeah.
Carlos Delgado.
Nice. D. Oh my gosh. Derek Lee.
Larry Walker.
Wandy Rodriguez.
Oh, you already said that. Oh, I'm blanking.
I'm
out. I hit the 10. I was about to say Randy Johnson. I'm like, oh, you already said Randy Johnson. All right, you two.
So what is it, an R?
No, R.
Ray Langford.
L.
Yeah.
Larry Walker.
I already said it.
So Zach's the winner of the name game. So as you guys can see, the name game, very fun. I think that was a 3-minute game there, but we have gone for way, way longer. Lights were on, pressure was on. But it's fun when you get a multiple group of people. I've played on a full bus of people. It gets very intense trying to remember what names were said. Obviously, you sit right here with 3 people. So yeah, fun game. You guys ever got time to play it, go ahead and play it. I know some masterminds at it. Some of them sitting right in this Zoom right now. All right, anything to look forward to this weekend, fellas?
Penn State, Iowa. Yeah, I'm hyped for that. I don't know what time it comes on. Hopefully it's during the day and not at night, but I think Iowa wins.
Playoff baseball, man. I'm excited. Playoff baseball. That's what I'm watching this weekend.
I am going to be playing golf in a tournament this weekend, a best ball tournament. I'm excited.
Let's go.
Horrible weather though Sunday, and that's what I'm supposed to be playing. So we'll see how that goes. But here's the thing. Last time I golfed, I did this for a reason. I had my all-time low in 88, and I have not golfed since. It's been like a month and a half, 2 months since then. So I can only imagine how bad my swing is going to be. Go ahead.
I played 2 days ago.
I have not played in a while, so we'll see how my golf game goes. Best thing about best ball, you have a false confidence the whole time. I'm playing with a guy that's really good. Like Brandon here, puts it in the fairway every time. He's going to just let me rip. So I'm excited about it.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you again for watching Recliner Sports Talk. As always, my name's Nick.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Zach.
See you guys next time.
Toodle.